nothing left to lose now. Everything to prove now. Long as I'm alive, I'ma fight back. My fire never cools down. I'm about to catch fire. Yeah, I'm about to catch fire. Get ready for the new me. Get ready for the new me. Try to hold me down and I go wild. Try to put me out and I go wild. I'm a fighter, a survivor. Stand back while I catch fire.
Great to have your company for the WSL post show and what has been another monster day of competition. We had the completion of the opening round for the men before seeing the women take to the lineup in stacked heats. We saw great performances, and it's been a lot of fun to watch it all go down. Some high pressure moments and obviously some upset results as well. Ronnie Blakey with Shannon Hughes, Richie Lovett here on the Harvey Norman host set. Rich, how you feeling?
Feeling pretty good, mate. Another huge day of competition, and stoked that the waves turned up and we saw some really spectacular moments, some tricky moments through the day when the tide ran out and the waves kind of left the party, but then they came back again. So, no, it's been a great day.
Yeah, this bank just keeps providing, Shannon, even though on certain parts of the tide, especially that outgoing, as Rich said, it gets tricky. For the most part, there's lots of opportunity with four surfers in the lineup.
Yeah, there's so much opportunity. Literally, I couldn't count the number of waves that were caught in that last heat. I tried to as we were on the countdown just to give the audience an idea of it. There's so much opportunity out here. It's been absolutely amazing. And when it is that fuller tide conditions, the waves have been outstanding. We've seen those excellent scores coming through. Thinking of Moana Jones-Wong out there this afternoon. It was unbelievable, and the conditions were so pristine for her to be able to capitalize in.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure we're going to be talking about her as we dive into some of the highlights. But right now, we're going to hear from the winner of the last heat of the day. Sarah Wakita is down there with Stace.
Yeah, thanks, Ron. It's going to be a happy household in the Wakita household tonight, Sarah.
Yeah, for sure. I'm stoked to get through the heat. I had a shocker at snapper, so just to get through the first round, it's relaxing, and yeah, super excited for the next round.
I spoke to Alyssa Spencer earlier. I think she has a similar feeling to you. Unfortunately, not the best performance at snapper, or best result, excuse me. It must feel really nice to get one on the board here.
For sure. It's a total different wave, but just to get through the first round and have the opportunity to surf again, it's really good.
How do you manage your energy through the day? I spoke to you when your brother was surfing earlier, but that seemed like last week. Do you go home and have a nap, or do you go for a surf, or what are you up to?
I just watch the live webcast the whole time and just take a nap and eat my mom's food, and yeah, just relax.
Well, thanks for the performance this afternoon. I'll let you go and get warm, and best of luck for the rest of the week.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stace. Yeah, Sarah Wakita just putting great performances on, progressing along with her brother. So that's a fantastic little story unfolding here. But there was a lot of big heats. We did have to get the completion of the opening round for the men underway. And there were some real highlight moments. Of course, in the first round of these Challenger Series events, we're seeing top seeds clashing, surfers that have been on the CT push back onto the Challenger Series, coming up against surfers that are desperate to break through into the CT ranks for the first time. And that's exactly what we had in Heat 24. We had a couple of pretty well-known names in Jake Wilcox and Connor Coffin going up against a couple of Frenchmen who really fought hard to get those victories.
Yeah, it was unbelievable for those two to walk away. Looking at it, the piece of paper, anyone would have had it going the opposite direction. And I just love that storyline, that the fact that surfers like these two are going to have to go up against surfers with maybe more experience, with more accolades to them in these opening rounds, and have to perform at their height from day one.
Yeah, absolutely. And, well, Jacob started really well, but the French just didn't go away. They just came bouncing back, found some incredible waves, and that turn in particular, that sort of set the benchmark for the day, and that was one of the biggest scores that we saw. But have a look at the backhand attack here. And just rapid fire, really aggressive in the approach. Beautiful, clean little running waves too.
I want to call them the French Bulldogs, but they're actually both big, lanky guys, over 6 foot, both of them. Thomas Debier getting through in second position. Jorgen Kusene dropping an excellent score, really healthy heat score total for him, one of the biggest of the round.
It was exactly what he did at the Gold Coast as well, getting that 15 points and above. Now we're going to see, can he back it up heading into round two? Yeah,
that's the big challenge for a lot of competitors, because we did see plenty of that on the Gold Coast. People who went out after basically establishing themselves as favourites in the contest. And this is what Jorgen's got to look forward to, a heavily stacked heat. Another Frenchman, Justin Becret, he surfed really well. Liam O'Brien, though, interested to see how he bounces back. Not even sure if he's 100% back to his best physically.
I would say there's no chance he is, but he's here anyways. He's that hungry to keep himself in the mix this year.
Yeah, David Silva's won here before too, so that is a really difficult round of 48 clash. Transitioning now into the women's event, there was some very strong performances across the board, but Luana Silva, Rich, she stood up today.
Oh, absolutely. She just put on a display of surfing that really sent a message I want back on the tour. You can see here just on her backhand, just attacking these waves, just found a really good rhythm and flow with the sets. And then she converted when she got them, streaking down the line here. Some great surfing, getting high up in the lip and really confident with each and every manoeuvre.
Yeah, Shannon, I was just going to ask you, a lot of the rookies performed well at different stages throughout the year, but it felt like Luana Silva had performances in losing heats that you were like, wow, she was so unlucky that she fell into that heat in that particular round, because she would have won many other heats in the comp. But she just proved today, I think, that she's got that CT level performance within her.
I couldn't agree with you more. I think she did have some of those just unlucky matchups, and that happens coming in as a rookie, being those lower seeds, having to battle out with the world's best that have been there consistently. For her to walk away with the surfing she did today, it was really impressive. It's her first time in Sydney as well. To find herself with an 8.33 and a 7.83 in her opening round above 16 points was unbelievable in a place she's never surfed before.
Yeah, that heat was no joke too. That was a really stacked heat, and she was a couple of points ahead of everyone who also put up decent numbers. So a class above at the moment, Luana Silva, and this is what we can look forward to, a big matchup for her in the round of 32.
It's going to be really excited. Kayala, Sophia, and Sam, they're all that newer up-and-coming generation. Kayala Tomata Bernat's been around for a little bit longer. She's got a bit more experience on that QS, but between Sophia and Sam, they're all fresher, younger names coming into it, and I love seeing that they're all into that round of 32.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch it all unfold. Of course, we've still got to get through a couple more heats in that opening round. The Challenger Series is wild. Two huge days of competition. We're not out of the first round yet. But let's talk about one of the star performers today. Had a great run at the Boost Mobile Gold Coast Pro. Molly Picklum looks so sharp.
Oh, yeah.
How could she not? I mean, she's here. She's competing at home in Australia. She loves these beat break conditions, Richie. And for her to come out looking like this, especially finding waves like that here at your home, it must be unbelievable to witness.
Yeah, it's cool to witness. And, Molly, with that one turn that she did at Margaret River, I feel like that was something clicked there for her. The confidence just rose to a new level, and I feel like she's brought that straight into the Challenger Series. She's got the runner-up finish up on the Gold Coast, and I feel like she's going to go deep in this event as well.
Yeah, it was an interesting heat, that one, wasn't it? Because Molly Picklum, she kind of was the big story in the opening stages of the heat, dropped that nine-point ride and just kind of had the spotlight just firmly fixed on her. It was all we were talking about. But then there was a really interesting situation there with Leilani McGonigal.
Yeah, there was that priority interference, which was really unfortunate for her because she was sitting in the lead when that moment happened. It then knocked her down to third. She then eventually ended up in fourth because she was losing that second scoring ride. She's someone that's going to come back so much stronger, I think, in the next event. She's someone we'd expect to do really well. But, yeah, here we go. Molly Picklum with her next heat.
Yeah, Molly Picklum's got a good one here. Rich, Sarah Baum, she didn't qualify via the African region. She came here to Australia. She proved how worthy she is in the last qualifying series event, cracked the final. It was a great performance. But Teresa, she's a proven performer at the highest level.
Yeah, well, we'd expect it. With each round that passes, we're going to see the level rise as well, and hopefully that's going to travel all the way through to the final. This first round, it's nerve-wracking, and we do see sometimes a bit of a hesitation in some of the performances. Others we just see open up and attack from word go, but I'm still sensing a few little nerves in there.
Oh, we'll see. It's all going to play out. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. There'll be some big performances for sure. We've still got more to come on the WSL Post Show, including the Boost Mobile Wave of the Day and our top 5 moments. Ronnie here with Shannon and Rich for the WSL post show, and we touched on the amazing performance of Molly Picklum again. And a Boost Mobile Wave of the Day could only go to one person, and Molly's going to get it. And she's been doing this a lot lately. 9.27. Let's have another look at it. Brilliant surfing, and the opportunity just flows so seamlessly from one turn into the next.
That's what it takes to get into those nines. It's really that seamless flow, and Molly, zero downtime, straight off the bottom, hitting that finishing section after two flawless maneuvers before it. It's got to be the wave of the day.
Yeah, I think really just the trend in the judging kind of took that score to the next level, just based on how tricky the conditions were throughout those first few heats, Rich.
Yeah, although it was only a three-turn combo, and I don't mean to talk it down, it was an amazing three-turn combo. And just the setup work, the bottom turn, how she just leant on that rail for so long and then attacked the lip at the right moment. But there was a speed in that was sort of not seen throughout the day, and she just brought this new level of energy to her heat, and that's why the judges got super excited.
Yeah, I think it was like really one of the first times in the event too that we've seen someone off the bottom be able to commit to a long, drawn-out bottom turn. Yeah. And for me, that always kind of puts you on the edge of your seat. When someone hangs on that bottom turn for a while, you're like, oh, what's coming? And then she went into the big combo. Yeah. So, yeah, great reward for unbelievable surfing. Let's now dive into some of the other highlight moments today and get stuck into the top 5 moments. Starting with number 5, past champs, starting to fire up here. And there is a whole lot of them in the mix. Leonardo Fioravanti, first heat of the day, clean conditions, looked really on.
It was just too dreamy to show up to this morning, and for Leo to be able to find his way through a few really nice waves and back up the great result he had the last time he was here.
Super polished performance here, and this was David Silva. I don't think we saw the best of him, though. He's still got a couple more gears to go through.
He was having a shocker at the start of that heat. He kind of saved himself. Nikki Van Dijk, however, on the backhand, really looked comfortable. She looked so switched on, and just great to see her looking reinvigorated in the jersey.
That's exactly what we've been wanting to see from her. Off of injury, feeling so good coming into this year's Challenger Series. We didn't see her on it last season, and now I think there's that hunger, that drive coming off of a quarterfinal finish on the Gold Coast now to want to do it over and over again.
Coming in at number 4, it's the birthday girl, Ellie Harrison, getting it done in the final moments.
That was nuts. Richie, we were here to call the action, and it was honestly unbelievable that she waited out this opportunity and then went as hard as she did.
She was so busy in this heat, and I thought she was actually going to blow it because she wasn't really being that selective. And then that turn there, for me, was probably the turn of the day. It was just so critical and on edge, and it was clutch because she had to pull that. She had gone nosedive, she had caught a rail, that's it, good night, the birthday's over. But now she can go home and celebrate.
She gets some cake tonight.
Yeah, well, it's well deserved, isn't it? Number 3, whenever you're at a beach break and you get these steep little sections, you think of Keely Andrews surfing just working so well. She looked brilliant.
My absolute favorite to see Keely on a right-hander. I love that she went for this wave as well, that it was mostly less being caught. She decided to take that risk in a space she was slightly more comfortable, and then she had an in-section like that stand up.
Yeah, kind of had some snapper rocks look about it, actually. But she found a couple of lefts too, and Keely just so strong on the backhand, just referencing the little left rip bowls up on the Sunshine Coast. Feeling confident.
Coming in at number 2, ruling the North Shore of Oahu, now here on Sydney's North Shore. And it was Moana Jones-Wong just setting this place on fire today and proving that she can get it done away from those big heavy barrels at Pipeline.
That's it. She had some vengeance to prove, and she absolutely left no questions to be asked. Her rail surfing is all time. Her wave selection was incredible, and the work that she's put in not only at Pipeline but next door at Pupakea is now paying off here in Manly.
It sure is. And Luana Silva, Rich, getting another look at her brilliant performance here. So confident. Great technique and some really big turns.
Yeah, it was just solid, really good rail-to-rail transitions, great flow, kind of going ticking all the boxes that the judges want to see. Wave choice was there, but really critical. I just love how much acceleration she gets out of each turn, kind of driving through them, not just placing the board up on the lip, but really attacking it and driving through it, ripping the top off it.
Yeah, solid stuff from Luana. She'll be fun to watch as she makes her way through to that second round. But owning the post show today, and we're just along for the ride, is Molly Picklum, the highest heat score total of the day. We'll see that amazing 9-point ride again. That was just a setup ride. She also had some incredible throwaways.
Oh, I mean, to have a heat like that where you're throwing away scores that anybody else in the draw would have been begging for in a heat, that's one of those to absolutely remember. To do it here in Australia where she's just so at home and comfortable before heading overseas is a really special moment.
Yeah, well, another big day of competition, and today the fans starting to come back out and even dealing with some rain squalls at different stages, but I think they're going to keep turning up. Tomorrow is obviously a Saturday, so expecting huge crowds down there. Rich, what do you reckon?
Absolutely. We saw, a couple of kids got off early, I think, because they were starting to congregate around the action this afternoon. I think we're going to see a busy beachfront tomorrow. Shocking.
Missing a day of school. No, it's worth it. And, you just don't know what kind of effect that's going to have on this next generation because Shannon, Rich, he watched the contest back in the day and got all the way to the CT, won a contest at Trestles.
Thanks, mate.
We're so proud of him. It's been amazing.
Incredibly proud of him, and it's great to have you on the panel. Thanks for joining us for the WSL Post Show. We'll be back here bright and early tomorrow morning to get competition back underway. See you then.
Just a couple of minutes before we get underway.
Welcome back to Manly. Nice little waves on offer.
It looks like it's going to continue to build during the day.
We are really talking about human effort.
Viravanti looking sharp on his opening ride here.
Sheldon Simkus just getting some work done. The 4 Queenslanders battling it out here at Manly. And wow, nice attack. Whip into the pocket. The 2 French surfers.
We are talking about a society in which there will be no roles other than those chosen.
First heat of the opening round for the women, the round of 64.
Air travel is as available to them as to men.
Pia Medina. We might know her older brother. Charlie's on the move.
Wow. The Hawaiian strong.
Driving down the line. Look at this wave. One of the best rides we've seen all day. Big rip off the top.
Baby, I've been going kind of crazy.
What about that turn?
Muito bom. That was sick.
Here's a penny for a
Sarah Boom, and again, beautiful stall. Oh, nice carve back.
honey. Here I am, fresh out of
Jamming away, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together.
If you don't mind my bohemian style. Here's a penny.
Nikki's just let go of a serious combination of big turns there.
Just went absolutely bonkers on that first turn.
With Keely Andrew now, a good looking right in front of her.
This copyrighted event broadcast is produced by the World Surf League for broadcast around the world and may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the written consent of the World Surf League.